Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once more to Manor Lords, a growing town, isn't it? And we have once again busy times ahead of us. One thing that we need to actually focus on soon now is expansion, right? So taking over the territories of the Baron himself. For this we have one tiny problem right now, and that is weapon production, specifically the pole arm production that we don't really have active right now. The reason for that is we don't have any more iron in my territory. We also ran out of iron ore in the last episode, and that means no more iron slabs and also no more pole arms and stuff like that. We have lots of shields, lots of bows, but no weapons anymore themselves. So what we need to do is right now I'm going to actually import iron ore myself. We have lots of money and we are also exporting a lot of stuff. I'm also exporting shoes again, right? So we can actually go, let's say 60 as a minimum here. Definitely want to increase my economy there. And also the warbows, we're still keeping exporting that. The same goes with the shields. Also plenty of stuff here that we can export, right? Also the roof tiles, this is still something that's ongoing. And as far as I know, clay wise we're also stuffed, so this is also something we can always export. This of course leads to a lot of money that we can have to import iron ore. There is two options, iron ore or iron slab. It really doesn't make that much of a difference, right? They're pricely the same. So in this case here, let's actually go for iron ore, because then we still have... Wait a second, no, let's go for iron slab. Let's go for both. You know why? Because you never have enough quantity in one available anyway. So let's go ahead and let's say a minimum of 30 here and a minimum of 30 here. This will be costly, no doubt about that. But of course, we're also exporting a lot to make up for it. Let's also check it out. The rest here, hides, flour, wooden parts, nothing that we need other than that, right? That's fine. Let's just monitor this one and see how it goes. At least we have the weapon production up and running again. One thing I could check is actually how much would it cost me to import. Oh, you can't import weapons themselves. That's interesting. I didn't know this up to this point. Now I wanted to check up the price for importing them, but you can't import those weapons. All right, no props. Now the next oven has been finished. We're close to harvest season now. We are still having flour from last season in stock. And as we can see, there it is, harvesting in full swing now. And yeah, of course, as these fields now with rye are getting more efficient, we will then need all three ovens here to work through the year to, yeah, feed and supply our population with that. All right, also, since we're stretching a bit now, we can see this, right? We need to have several smaller market areas. Some of you have been suggesting this already. Let's go ahead and make one major area over here where it was planned anyway, right? So in this area, why can I not do it? Should be no problem, really. Of course, because we already have one here. It was already working the first time around. So in this case here, that's one market area. And then we could have a smaller market area somewhere over here. There's also lots of people living in this area. So let's just check it out. This would actually, yeah, this would be a right location for it. Having something here as a smaller market area. And also, of course, we need a bit more water. So let's also have this. I could, oh yeah. Here we don't have water resources. Here we have one. Just beside my firewood production. Let's give a bit of a room between, so we still have a building that I can add here. There's another one here by the inn. We could have another well, and then of course in the new district up here, already at my market area, we could then also have another well then here somewhere situated. Right, let's make it actually here. And with that, this area is also coming along. So a couple more wells to also add some realism, even though you don't technically need them, except for one thing. And that is fire. If there's a fire happening with a thunderstorm, then you need water close by. Otherwise, those buildings are going to burn down very quickly. Alright, we're still in harvest. Yeah, it's taking them a long time now. We have 2 farmhouses here working, fully staffed, so it should really be fine. And also, by the way, we're importing now weapons as well, right? This cost me. We can see this on the prices here. We are not importing weapons, we're importing the iron. And one more thing. Royal tax increased once more, 640. let's actually also get us specialized trade routes for the iron ore. Not so much for the iron slab. Let's go for the iron ore for now. Okay, it might not be the right best time to wage war, but I think we can still do it. November it is. And I would like to start claiming now some territories. So Selbits we can start with. I've already ordered some mercenaries there. Unfortunately, that's the only mercenaries we can get at this point. It cost me 2,000 to claim an area. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a longer process anyway, because we will be severely lacked by influence at some point, right? Let's start the claim. This is going to kick in now. And I'm also going to rally my troops, of course, and we're going to rally them all up here on this field, on this cliff. And the gauntlet has been thrown. Battle for Selbits it is. And there is also now the Baron with his army, with his soldiers coming over. I think he's marching towards me, of course. We need to have, of course, that territory under control. We need to stomp him. And let's just see. I hope that we can actually make it that he actually comes for us, because that's always the easiest part, or the easiest way of doing this, especially when you have a lot of archers. And boy, we have a lot of archers, thanks to also having those mercenaries kicking in. Food is fine. We're going to last all the way to spring with that. The fuel is also fine, so I don't need to worry about my economy for now. Also, we have a very high approval rating, so the growth continues. And yeah, we have room, right? So there is a whole block of buildings still. Unassigned, without families, that is. We should also check if we have still some burgages empty there, like this one here, where I can still also add some additional, yeah, chicken plots and stuff like that. Alright, he's actually coming for us, that's perfect. And we can just only hope that, yeah, we use our spearmen to the best of their abilities. Ah, those mercenaries. They're always late to the party. Ah, well, he's still taking a bit of time there. Alright, he's trying to flank us with those guys there, I think. Shouldn't be a big deal, right? So I'm going to keep one of my units there. Now, I will need all 3 of my melees here for those guys. Alright, so my archers should actually fire already. Yep, very good. And that's a lot of arrows coming down there, right? Problem is, none of them is going down yet. Especially when coming from the front. He's got only 1 archer unit. Not ideal for him. Okay, of course we're going to stand our ground here. I want to use my archers. And I'm just going to try and tackle them this way. There's the archers over there. We're going to try and attack them with my archers that I have. And we're then just going to flank those guys here, yeah? Shouldn't be a big deal. It's really important that we take down their archers there. Oh, they're rushing for us right away. This one's done, actually. They're fleeing already. Let's try to take down those guys here before they kill too many of my troops, right? So we can flank them easily. These are just some thugs. Yeah, they're going down super quickly. I lost 1 archer so far. There you go. Broken. It's the retinue. Broken. Do we get influence out of this? No, unfortunately we don't. Now we are going into the retinue. And they're actually broken already. Let's try to take down their archers there. This is the problem there, those archers still. But nah, they're losing fast. And with that, yeah, I think that's it. We haven't lost that many soldiers, and we already won the Battle for Selbits. He actually gave up right away. He didn't even wait for the timer to run out and reinforce. This is perfect. Let's disband the units, so people get back to their work here immediately. Corpse pit-wise, church-wise, it should all be fine. So we get the corpses, right? So this was a monumentous occasion here now, because we have won the first time against the Baron in the offensive, right? This starts the glory of Abbott, hopefully. Also, it marks the beginning then of this manor plot here, because it just makes perfect sense to build the castle where we won our first major victory against the Baron, to expand then as well. So a nice symbol there as well. Alright, a few more families moved in the meantime. We still have plenty of space left though, so that's not a big deal. I would also like to work on my next farming area as we're growing so quickly. This is something we definitely should be doing. So over here we have that area, right? Especially for rye, we can have huge fields here. So I would like to go ahead and have my farmhouses then somewhere here. Yeah, this is city area, so having the farmhouse here then makes sense to me. We could also have it over here, by the way. I mean, it is far away, right? I'm definitely not going to have any fields here, even though there's high fertility. I definitely want to also keep this area here for city. So we're going to use this area here for the farming. And yeah, let's actually get those fields on the way right away. We could do this. Use some fields that have the highest quality. Field number 1. Then I can go with field number 2. There's still the yellow area too that we can use. Definitely don't want to touch the orange area. So the really orange area. This is then city space again. Here we can still have a smaller field. And here we can also have some fields again. Yeah, and we could also go for more fields here actually as well. So this is going to be, of course, something to use. And let's actually also use then some roads here to go around those fields as well. That should be fine. Let's also have another road here, merging together with this road there, so where we keep this block intact. And then I can just have my farmhouse here right next to the fields, and also right next where we already are in the orange area then, so I don't need to worry about that. It's also not that far away from the forest industry. And yeah, having then a windmill somewhere here also makes sense. I mean, we would need to get rid of some trees there still, but that's definitely not the biggest problem. Also, we can then continue with some more burgage expansion, especially, yeah, close to the city center. So here, and then also here some more. Just where we have then also the manor house here. So this whole thing is coming in together. I will definitely also then need a granary for this area, right? So we're actually planning it already that it's far away so that we can build all this here with burgage plots and city buildings. So I would like to have a granary then here somewhere. It's not that far away from the market, is it? No, it's fine. And also a storehouse then here, of course, since there's also going to be some industry then, right? Having this one here makes also sense to me. And then we can have a road probably also like this. And here we can then also add some more buildings as well. Yeah, well, all of this expansion and new industries before winter approaches fully. And now we get the snow in. That's okay though. Also, of course, you have this area. Now, I'm not going to claim this area yet, right? We're not going to build anything on it yet in winter. That would be bad, because those people would be then stuck there in winter. Not good for approval. I'm going to wait for spring before we build up something here as well. Right, the next burgage plots have been finished. Now, shortly after, there's also the farmhouse still, all in December. Let's go and upgrade this one right away with the plowing station. And then we're also going to set now some proper rotations here. So with the rye, once again, we have barley fertility in some of those fields, which is great. And then we keep it fallow. We're going with our barley for this one here, and then rye, and then fallow. And then we're going to have one where we have fallow for now. And then we have barley and then rye. 100% we have over here. That's just great. Let's actually have... Oh, there's no barley here. A bit of flax would be possible. Then we keep it fallow and then we go with rye. Or we go with... Sorry, we go with rye and then we keep it fallow. Definitely want to mix it so that we have always some rye coming in some years. And barley is non-existent here, right? Don't need to try this. Then we have... Yeah, I could go with wheat and then rye. Try it like this. And then also some rye here and some rye here. And in between we keep it fallow. Alright, there's also the farmers now coming with the upgrade. Let's actually put priority to high because it's already plowing season, of course. So these people can already work on those fields. Yeah, we need a lot of logs right now. Still have 50. Fine. The granary. Royal tax increase once more. 656. I think we're not having any taxation active right now. I deactivated it. So we might put it back up there again. The growth is just so nice though without taxes, right? So many people. Yeah, let's keep it down for a while. And let's assign the full 8 families to this farmhouse here too. It just feels so good to have so much workforce available. And they will now work those fields here. Can you actually... Yeah, have the work area. This is actually really important, I think. Otherwise, we're going to have the farmhouses helping each other on the other side of the map. So we're going to put this one here into this area, right? We also still need a livestock for this one. There you go. And these farmhouses here work only here then. So let's also assign it. With the snow, it's a bit hard to see the radius. This is the huge area, right? There we have number 1. And then we have number 2. Just like this. So they stick to their area and don't help out each other. Now, before I'm getting crucified for building a windmill here again with all these trees, let's just get rid of those trees. You can do this quite easily by just building a field, right? Gets done. And with that, you're actually removing all the trees in this area. And I'm doing the same thing for this one. Let's also remove this again. And with that, we have a bit of space here. Now let's just have one road going up. And right here, we do have then a windmill up here in this windy area. As you can see, we get almost 100% efficiency. If I place it down here in the forest, we actually do have also 47% only. If I place it here, yeah, it also reduces effectiveness already. And here we have a very high, beautiful effectiveness for this. And with that also, let's have then some communal ovens then here as well that I can have just beside that. There you go. Also, and that is pretty important, what we should be starting up now soon is also some sheep farming then to add another layer of clothes to my people, right? Because leather and hides is not always working with shoes. So before I start another hunting area, we probably should also work then on some sheep herding, and with that also getting wool in. It's taking some time anyway for this to kick in fully, right? So in the meantime, we can actually go ahead and have the sheep farm then. And let's just check it out. It's hard to see something right now, but I think here we already have this farming area. Let's just have a sheep farm here somewhere outside, right? For that area. And then I would also like to have a sheep area somewhere over here. So we could also have this one in the farming area somewhere over here behind the farmhouse then. That's fine. Yeah, I like this. And with that, we can start with it. It's going to take a while though, all of this. Yeah, plowing station was ready on time, so those fields can be worked on. It's not going to be the best harvest yet because it should have been sowed but at this point, right? So at this point, and it's going to be a bit delayed, but it's okay. Better than having not this area working. 3 months of food supply we're coming out of winter. That's also okay, I guess, because now the berries kicking in again and the vegetable gardens kick in again. So that's 2 additional food sources coming in once more. Oh, almost 100% approval. That was crazy right there. Just actually waiting for this windmill here to be finished. It takes those oxen a bit of time to get the logs over, right? Because we're that far outside here. 350 people live so far in Abbott. And there's the logs. So now we can actually work on those 2 buildings here and finish them. That is the sheep farm. And we now need to then also get those in. Let's assign some 2 people to that. Let's assign 1 family to the windmill. And in this case, we still also need... Haven't we built this yet? I don't think so. The livestock trading post. We haven't. Let's also have this along the King's Road somewhere. Actually really important to get this done, because we will need a lot of sheepies. And I think this one here has also been finished. There you go. Now, we can then use livestock area here, right? For now, though, we have up to 5 pasture space in the sheep farm itself. And once we reach that limit, we can then work on fields as well for a proper expansion. The expected harvest should be way bigger this year than last year. So 226 rye at the moment. We can expect. We're really low on flour now. Yep. But we still have plenty of bread left. Now, another thing we can also do now is add another source of food. And that's finally the orchards. So we have unlocked them, right? The apple orchards. And this will take quite some time before this really works, right? So let's start with 2 orchards here. Let's make 3. Because it's going to take 3 years before they really fully harvest apples out of this. But we are going to add now more and more of these orchards then to the area. I think we could also have this one here working on one. Yeah, all of these have been upgraded already, so not much use doing anything there. Yeah, and once again, the fields are growing. There's the livestock trader. Let's actually send 2 people to this. And start importing us sheep. Up to... We have 2. Let's make 6. So both of them have 3 each. That should lead to some nice growth. Let's make 8. With that we can get it done faster. We also have the money, even though we are importing iron at this point. So we should also have some pole arms in again, right? Nope, not really. Ah, alright, the militia was growing so far with the sidearms. Pole arms, not really. So far so good, another year survived. Actually also the first expansion. Abbott continues to grow now over here. And then we can already work on a bigger manor house. Of course, also we should work now in Selbitz then, with getting us some iron in addition. And also work the berry and hunting deposits that we have in this area to make Abbott even richer. Stay tuned.